Was your trip productive?
Get her mango wet. Got the battery pack on the back of me. I'm Jango Fett. Jetpack up the patio balcony. Calling the cavalry, then notify the academy. Pick up a couple of casualties. Sick of the fact that she have to be mad at me. Every day I give it to her, then she throw it back at me.
Yeah, I'm the best actually, you asking me. This is a catastrophe, that's just the way that it has to be. Murder a rapper when I'm drunk or I'm half asleep.
Hello Fett fans, welcome back. Here we are today with the Medicom 12-inch figures. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get going. I want to start with this one on the left here. So we'll put this other guy off to the side for now. Pull off your stand. Okay. Center him a little bit. Alright, so a quick backstory on this one. This is actually one of the first figures I owned. This one originally comes in the Evolution set. I got it on its own in a different box, but I had this figure and it was super fun and posable. And I wanted a figure that was even more posable, had more articulation than this one. And I thought, oh, these bigger, more expensive ones are gonna be nicer and have more articulation. And so I found it on some website. I don't think it was eBay or some other probably some other like doll website. I don't remember where exactly I got it, but I got it a long time ago. I got it as a kid, and so being a kid I played with it a lot and took it to my friend's house and did it for show and tell and everything like that. And I actually ended up breaking it. The shoulder joint in this left arm there has broken and is only held in there by the cloth of the flight suit now. So yeah, fun little story on that one. I've always loved this figure. Yeah, I've had it for a longer time. This has been one of my longer lasting figures in my collection. But let's go ahead and look at the box and what that's all about and come back to the figure here in just a minute. Alright, so here we have the box. It has that standard black with kind of the gray accents on the side, which you see with a lot of the nice figures. Have the Medicom Real Action Toys logo on the bottom. And if you look really closely, it says ages 15 and up, and I was definitely not 15. You can tell by the condition of this box. It has been well loved. This spot, I remember in particular, I put this box in a grocery bag and put it on my bike handle and rode my bike to my friend's house, and it was constantly just like smacking against the bike handle that I hung it on, and I didn't notice this until later. Is when I got home, put a piece of scotch tape on it like a band-aid, hoping that it would get better and I wouldn't damage it anymore. So yeah, just a little love mark from a kid playing with the toy. I have some of the credits on the back of who worked on the piece. And this one has always been a little confusing to me because it's like a Medicom and a Sideshow. I think Medicom is a Japanese company. Sideshow, I don't know where are they, California, it says right here. American company. So I think it was distributed by Sideshow, but Medicom made the figure. Yeah, because all the names on the back here are Japanese. But anyway, a little confusing. This part, Velcro is open. You get to look at the figure. With here, I really like these kind of open up flap cases. And then there is a brief description here on the inside. It says 300 millimeters tall, much wanted Jango Fett from the movie Attack of the Clones is fully realized as RAH Real Action Hero. Includes a pair of Westar 34 blasters, include 2 pairs of gloves to achieve various action scenes probably. Also includes a figure stand. So we'll open it up really quick and just give you a look at the other hand gloves that they come with. It's really nothing special. It's just an open hand grip. Let's see. Comes up like this. Kind of crack it in half. Like this. Opens up. And here are the 2 different hands that you get. This one is to hold the blaster, and this is your open hand grip. They're kind of a bluish color, be more accurate, they need to be black. Jango Fett had black gloves, and then would be. Yeah, and that's all it comes with. Everything else is on the figure. Wow. So let's go over to the figure and check out what else this thing has to offer. Alright, let's do a quick background on this figure. Not too much on this one. This came out in 2007, retailed for $150, and sells now for $100 to $200. So very similar to the retail value. If you want one, you just got to keep your eye out for it online. They will probably come in better condition than mine. I don't think I would get that much out of this figure that I have. But yeah, let's take a closer look at this figure. I remember one of the things why I wanted this figure so bad is because there were a couple reviews of this figure online. It just looks so cool. So I kind of want to emulate that stuff that I saw in those review videos that made me want to get this figure. So yeah, we'll just kind of start at the bottom. It's got plastic shoes with painted feet. It has a cloth jumpsuit, shin guard, knee guard. This is a hard plastic painted holster, which does work, as you can tell. Holds the blaster in the side there. The stand it comes with is alright, I guess. It does hold the figure nicely and fits him, but as you can see there, I kind of cut the stand off because it was too tall. It went like past his jetpack, and so like wouldn't even fit. So I kind of snipped it off at something, and was able to get it around his waist and fit underneath his jetpack. Here is the gauntlet. Hose is just going up in the sleeve there. Belt. This is kind of a leathery material, which is really cool. Really good. Tips painted gold. I always think that's cool. Detail. Really detailed, shiny looking silver blasters. Pretty screen accurate. This bulge looks a little round, but there's his right gauntlet. Here he has the Kamino jetpack, and also the Kamino blue flight suit. That's pretty accurate. No markings or extra details on it, just the colors and then some stuff to make it look a little worn. Here's the helmet. Mine has a little chip, a blue chip coming off of the visor. The rangefinder does function. And the helmet is removable. It's kind of a foam thing in there, some plastic in there to keep the paint from rubbing off onto the figure's nose so he doesn't have a silver nose. Kind of old and cruddy looking, honestly. But yeah, I keep that stuff in there. Really good helmet, and I guess something to say about this helmet is that these little cheek parts are like more pointed than usual. They're usually more rounded, but for these Medicom ones, both of these figures have kind of a pointed cheek thing right here, which kind of make them more identifiable and unique to me, I think. And then the head sculpt is good. I've never had any problems with it. The scars look cool. He's got a little bit of a beard shadow, maybe not, but I think his cheeks have slightly been like dusted with something dark. That's what his head looks like all the way around. Pretty good, pretty cool. And his rocket does detach. If you want to display it that way, for any reason you can. These do move. I think I super glued that one in because it kept popping out. But yeah, these thrusters move back and forth as well if you would like to do that. But cool, I think I have that. I think that is everything I have on this video. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one. Alright, so next up we have the Jango Fett version 2 Geonosis. So let's jump to the box really quick and we'll come back to this one. Okay, Something interesting about this one's box. This is the first one. This is the second one. And they look pretty similar, pretty much exactly the same, other than the Geonosis version. But the Geonosis version one is actually wider. I don't know why, because it doesn't come with a stand. I don't know why they couldn't condense the space more. Maybe the jetpack is a little bit bigger. But it seems like, I don't know. I don't know why that box is so much bigger than the original one. But yeah, very similar as to the other one. It has a magnetized open flap instead of the Velcro, which I like. And he comes with the same hand grips as the other one, so I'm not going to pull the plastic out on this one because they're exactly the same. And then the box description on the inside here just reads, a proficient marksman and an unarmed combatant. Jango Fett was covered in a sleek armored suit that concealed his scarred visage and strangely tattooed forearms. In combat, Jango used his harness jetpack to gain advantage of speed and height over his enemies. The backpack also carried a nasty surprise, an explosive rocket to be launched from it. I hear his tattooed forearms on some box descriptions. I don't really know where that comes from, but it's interesting. So yeah, this one has like kind of a description of the character, unlike the other one who had just kind of a brief description of the figure. And then yeah, Geonosis version. And I guess I should kind of explain why they call it the Geonosis version. Because he had two different jetpacks in the scene where he fights Obi-Wan on Kamino. That jetpack gets destroyed, and then when he shows up again back on Geonosis, he has this other jetpack. And then, as a lot of you guys probably noticed, the flight suits are a different color. This is more of a purple, and the other one's more of a blue, which is also accurate to the movie. I don't know exactly why they gave him two different colored flight suits, but yes, the Geonosis, the version as seen on Geonosis is more of a purple color as compared to the Kamino one, which is more of blue color. You can't really tell from looking at the footage from the movie, but I have a whole separate video covering this topic and like the flight suit and the color and where all that kind of comes from. Yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in, take a closer look at this figure. This little background on this guy, really quick. He came out 4 years later in 2011. He was kind of an afterthought. He retailed for the same price at $150. He currently sells for about $114 to $275 are the prices I found for him. I was a little hesitant to get this guy because I was not really willing to shell out $200 for him. I was looking for more of a deal closer to retail price. Eventually found one listed for a more reasonable price and was able to finally pick him up. Alright, so this is one of the figures I was actually able to pull off this pose. For some reason I really like this pose, and I try and get all my figures to do it at some point, but can't quite do it as well as this one. I just think that's a really cool gunslinging looking pose. Okay, down here at the bottom, feet are exactly the same. This one does not come with a stand. I'd ordered the stand separately. I don't know why. I wish all 12-inch figures just came with a stand. I think that's a new standard, but this one's a little different. These ones are a little older, I guess. Same holsters, just kind of painted hard plastic that's been painted. There's the gauntlet again. There's the jetpack. And it's not removable. Neither one of them are. This one looks a little crooked to me, which is driving me crazy. Wish I could tilt it on, but yeah, it doesn't come off. And these little thrusters adjust just slightly. Arm, the gauntlet, blasters again, pretty much exactly the same. Look really good. We have the same leathery material on the underside of this figure, just like the other one. He has a little dimple there, a little dent on his armor. I don't know why or where that comes from, but it's on there. And the helmet again, pretty sure is exactly the same. And then his head sculpt is also exactly the same as the other Jango figure. So yeah, the differences they made are very obvious, and the similarities they kept. You know, they didn't do very many like subtle differences between the two. The only thing I can think of is that dent in the armor. Oh, no, maybe that is in the other one. Yeah, I think that is all I have for this video. Thanks so much for checking it out. Really fun to do a side-by-side of these two figures. Just see exactly what they're all about, how they're same and how they're different. And yeah, if you're a kid, this is definitely not something to play with, because I beat mine up pretty good. So just display it if you plan on hanging on to it for a while. It's not as fragile as some of the other 12-inch figures that are available, but yeah, not meant for a bunch of crazy poses. I guess I thought of one more thing. I don't usually do articulation because I don't think it's very interesting, but yeah, his hip joint does not articulate, so you can't really do anything but bend his knees. So you could have him kneel down or like kick one leg back if you want, but that really limits his posability, is not having anything up here be able to articulate. I thought I may have seen other people put the figure in poses, you know, where he's got like one knee forward and one behind him. I don't know how they did that, because my figures don't have that level of articulation. So yeah, I usually keep their legs straight and pose their arms and torso and stuff. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you will check out some of the other videos if you liked this one, and we will see you there. Bye-bye.
Got the battery pack on the back of me. I'm Jango Fett, jetpack up the patio balcony, calling the cavalry, then notify the academy. Pick up a couple of casualties, sick of the fact that she have to be mad at me. Every day I give it to her, then she throw it back at me.